Which property of material refers to its resistance to elastic deformation or deflection? Option A. Stiffness. What is the mathematical unit for stiffness? Option C. Newton per meter. The ability of material to resist fracture is known as option B. Toughness. What is the unit of measurement for toughness? Option A. Joule per cubic meter. Resistance to indentation or surface abrasion is defined as option D. Hardness. How can the stiffness of a material or component be improved? Option D. By using a large cross-section area. If the diameter of a spring coil increases, what happens to its stiffness? Option C. Stiffness decreases. Which of the following describe a material with a high tendency to break with little to no plastic deformation? Option B. Brittle. The property that allows a material to be drawn into thin wire is option B. Ductility. Which property is most important for material used in sheet metal from forming? Option B. Malleability. Creep is defined as option C. Slow and progressive deformation at constant stress and high temperature. What type of loading led to fatigue failure? Option D. Repeated or fracturing cycle of stress. How does cold working affect the property of metal? Option B. Increase yield point and ultimate tensile stress. What is the effect of increasing temperature on ductility for most metal? Option D. Ductility increases. The ability of a material to withstand high impact load is called option D. Impact strength. Which ratio represent the approximate relationship between toughness and tensile strength in some contexts? Option A. 1 is to 1. A material that can undergo large plastic deformation under compression is said to be option A. Malleable. Which of the following is the formula of stiffness? K. Option B. Stiffness is equals to load upon deflection. Which of these factors will decrease the stiffness of a spring? Option A. Increase the diameter of the coil. Tenacity is the ability of a material to, option D, withstand tensile force without breaking. Failure due to creep is most likely to occur in, option D, turbine blades at high temperatures. Which property describes a material ability to absorb energy when deformed elastically? Elasticity. Option A. Resilience. What is the impact of gain size on material strength? Option B. Finer grains generally increase strength and hardness. Machinability of a material is influenced by its option B. Hardness and ductility. Which of these material is considered high brittle? Option C. Cast iron. Elasticity is the property of a material to, option B, regain its original shape after unloading. The point at which a material transition from elastic to plastic behavior is the, option C, yield point. Which property is measured using a Rockwell, Brine and Vickers test? Option B, hardness. Plasticity is the property that enables a material to undergo permanent deformation without rupture. How does cold working affect the ductility of a material? Option D. Ductility increases. A high stiffness means that for a given load, the deflection will be, option C, small. Which of the following is a time dependent property? Option B. Creep. In a spring, if the wire thickness increases, the stiffness, option C, increases. Which material property is evaluated by the creeper or Azure test? Option A. Impact toughness. Ductility is often measured by option D. Percentage elongation. Failure of a material at a stress level lower than its UTS after many cycles is called, option C. Fatigue failure. The maximum stress a material can withstand before falling under tension, option C. Ultimate tensile strength. Which property is the opposite of brittleness? Option B. Toughness. ductility. Why is mild steel used in construction for its ductility? Option A. It gives warning before failure by deforming. What happened to the ultimate tensile strength during cold working? Option B. It increases. A material used for a spring should primarily have high. Option D. Resilience and elasticity. In the context of material properties, rigidity is synonymous with option C, stiffness, the tendency of a material to deform permanently under a constant load at an elevated temperature is option A, creep. Which material property allows to be hammered into a shape without cracking? Option D, ductility. What is the effect of annealing, heating, and slow cooling on a cold work metal? Option C, increases ductility and decreases strength. The modulus of elasticity, Young modulus, is measures of a materials. Option C. Intrinsic stiffness. A tough material must be both. Option D. Strong and ductile. Which property is most critical for the cutting edge of a tool? Option C. Hardness. What happened to the stiffness of a spring if we use a material with a lower Young modulus? Option D. Stiffness decreases. Which property describes the resistance of a materials to being scratched by another materials? Option C. Hardness. Thank you.